If you're enjoying this podcast, don't forget to rate and review. Every review helps us grow and reach a larger audience. Thanks, and enjoy the show. Hey ladies, this is Amber.
No, gentleman.
And that is Robert. He's a gentleman. And this is Will There Be Cake?
I don't think I'm a gentleman as much as I'm a gentleman.
You are kind of like a lady, though.
No, okay, first off, I don't want to say that's rude because I feel like in today's climate, that might be taken as like an insult for ladies.
That's true.
But no, I just mean I'm a gentle person for sure.
Okay. Gentle person. Today is the day for the ladies.
That's why you just said ladies.
That's why I said it. Because it's International Women's Day. It's celebrating the women's, the vaginas, or just if you don't have one and you just classify yourself as a woman.
Well, again, let's tread lightly.
Well, touchy subject. It's fine. If you want to celebrate
if you're a woman or you feel like a woman, celebrate today. That's fine. Celebrate
Feel
today.
like a woman.
Yeah, if that song, if Shania
Twain,
not if you're Shania Twain, but if I mean, although if you are Shania Twain, you should celebrate today too because you're a woman.
Yeah.
But if that song connects to you on a personal level, then for sure.
For sure. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But it's a global day and celebrating historical, cultural, and political achievements of women.
You know what? That don't impress me much.
Good one. You're canceled.
Oh.
Ooh.
No, not in today's climate. I'll never come back. Except for Eminem. He'll make it.
He'll make it.
Him and James Gunn. That'll be fine. Everybody else canceled.
It's kind of crazy to me how some people haven't gotten canceled, but anyway, different subject.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the mic because I have a few opinions on that.
It's also a day of action in support of taking action against gender inequality around the world.
Nice.
Because, the world could not run without us.
Who runs the world?
Women.
I don't think that's the word. I don't think that's the lyric.
That's how it goes.
Okay. I do always think it's odd when people, usually males, say something along the lines of, we can't have a woman president because of X, Y, and Z reason or whatever it is. And I'm always like women have run stuff before. Like, you've read history books, right? Or like seen movie, women have run stuff. There's queens and shit. I mean, like,
right. Their argument used to be like, what you can't have a woman president because when they're on their periods, they're going to make awful decisions.
I do agree with that. No,
I'm
kidding.
Men make awful decisions when they don't even have periods. So
that's true. But they get their balls in a knot sometimes.
In a knot.
Yeah.
That sounds rough.
Yeah. No, I agree. I always thought that was a kind of dumb statement.
Yeah, it's really
anybody can lead as long as they're just a good leader.
Exactly, and they're smart and they know what they're doing.
And actually, you could lead if you're a bad leader too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those too. Dictators.
We've seen it happen.
Dictators.
So Women's Day celebrations started in 1911.
Nice.
Clara Zetkin proposed a Women's Day celebration. I don't know who that is. Hopefully not someone important that I should know about.
I mean, she started stuff.
It was 1965 when the women's liberation movement fought for politics, work, family, and sexuality, and all women were given the right to vote in 1965.
Wait.
Woo, woo.
When could they vote, though? They could vote earlier than that.
Nuh-uh. 1965?
1920.
Oh.
I think that was the...
All women are given the right to vote.
Black women, too. Because I don't think black women could vote in 1920. Black people couldn't... When did black people be able to vote?
I don't know.
Well, this says women passed by Congress June 4th, 1919, and ratified August 18th, 1920 was the 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote.
White women were granted the right to vote. Yeah, so you're right. August 18th, 1920. Yeah. And then the 60s, that was when the liberation movement took place. and it was the Voting Rights Act allowing all women the right to vote.
Yeah, 1965, yeah. That was the...
All women.
All women.
Yeah, I was going to say that didn't sound right for some reason, but...
Yeah, because my mom was, like, born before it. I was like, there's no way my mom lived through that time.
And
not
couldn't
being
vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that she wasn't old enough anyways at that point yet.
Right.
She was born in the 50s.
But, Susan B. Anthony, she was a political activist and an advocate for women's rights. And then after the Civil War, she fought for the 14th Amendment that was meant to grant all naturalized and native-born American citizenship in the hope that it would include suffrage rights. And the 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868. It still didn't secure their vote. And then in 1869, the National Women's Suffrage Association was founded by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Anthony to continue the fight for women's rights.
Oh, as in Susan B. Anthony.
Yeah, and
okay.
Susan B. Anthony. I know, I was confused. So, yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird that...
to celebrate women.
Yeah, women couldn't vote before. That's why I always like when they say all men shall be created equal and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, well, all white men.
White men.
And then it's kind of changed
and
over the years.
women.
So now it's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I'm glad I didn't live in those times.
How do you think you would have been in those times? If you had a girl, do you think you would have made like a good, like, just housewife or whatever? I don't know.
Sometimes I wish I could just be a housewife. I would just stay home all day and play video games, and then
okay, that's not what they did back then.
And then do the chores too. I could do it all.
You got to take care of the kids.
I could do it.
You dust the house. I don't even know what else they do. Like run errands, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And then they read, or they knit, or they do other weird lady things. Back in the day.
I think you go down to like the butcher shop, get some meat for dinner.
Yeah.
They probably went shopping like every day because I don't think like grocery stores were big. It was more like the
Plus
mart.
you didn't have like fridges all the time.
Yeah,
you just had
all the
pantries.
time. That's true.
You had to ride into the market.
Yeah. Especially if like the 1800s, you had to like ride into the market, buy food for just like whatever would keep for like that week. Like, no air conditioning and all that kind of stuff. Sweeping the front porch.
Yeah. 1 in 3 women around the world experience physical or sexual violence by a husband, a boyfriend, an intimate partner, a lover, a parent, a relative, a colleague, a boss, or a stranger.
Why don't they just say anyone? Like,
yeah, I know,
that covers everybody.
It covers everybody.
I will say, okay, so, a while back, how do I want to word this? I never thought it was like that. Like a lot of times when people said like when girls would come out and they would like, not the Me Too, this was before the Me Too movement and everything like that. But when all that stuff came out, I was like, oh, that's serious. But then some instances, people like women started coming out saying like, oh yeah, I'm always like getting catcalled or this happens and this happens. I was always like, are they telling the truth? Like, does it happen that often? Because my friends never really did that kind of stuff too often. Like
catcalled girls.
Never like catcalled girls or like went up and like smacked a girl in the ass or something at a bar. Like most of my friends didn't do that kind of stuff. So I was always like, does that really happen that often? But after like, I don't know, I would say like a few years, I started hanging out with certain friends who were girls, and I remember going out to the bar with them and like. One time I did trivia with a random group and they had girls on their team and like one of the girls like was smacked on the ass by some random dude. And I'm like, Christ. What the hell was that? And they're like, and she was talking to her friends, were like, did you see he just smacked me on the ass? So they went and approached him. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So there was almost a fight. And then another friend of mine, she invited me over because her friend was down from Massachusetts, and we were all hanging out. So I went to a bar and hung out with them, and this dude was just sitting at the booth with them already. So I thought it was a friend that they knew.
Right, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, and I went to go hang out. Dude. Yeah, and I sat down next to the booth, and the guy was all friendly and stuff. And I thought they knew him, and they didn't. He just came and sat down next to them and was talking, and then he started hitting on my friend. And she was not in it. And she was like, okay, no, I'm not going to go out with you kind of thing. So then finally I was like, listen, we're going to go play like Miss Pac-Man or something. So I like grabbed her and like we went to the other side of the bar and he eventually got the hint. But like he started like not calling her names, but he started getting like pretty like intense about it, and I was like, all right, let's go. So now I realize like, yeah, there's a lot of douchebag guys out there.
Yeah, it's so weird to me that like, first off, that they're comfortable doing that, and that they somehow think that it's okay. Like,
I just don't. Does it work for them? Like, how often do they do that? Or are they just so frustrated it's gotten to that point?
See, I think sometimes it does work, and that's the problem, because if you do go out to a bar crowd, and I think it's changed a lot more, since since the 2000s, like feminism has been like more of a prominent thing. But I think it did work, and it probably still does work, and especially when you go out to a bar, there's a lot of drunk ladies, and that's what they're not always, but there's a lot of them out there that are looking for like guys to meet and hook up, and so I think it's depends, and I think that's what's like really hard about it is like not everyone is like.
I mean, everyone's different.
Right, exactly.
And I will say that I've had some friends who do not like the Me Too movement, who are women.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There are some women that are like, men just won't hit on me anymore because they're scared. Right.
To get in trouble.
So they're scared to approach you and like.
But I just would never go up to a random girl and smack her on the ass
that I don't
like
understand.
An intro.
I don't understand anyone who would be cool with that.
I would never do that. Like, that's not a thing. It's one thing if the girl's like flirty and like she seems into and she's like holding your arm or something like that, then maybe like you can start putting your arm around her or something like that.
Right.
But that's not like an intro thing that I go over there and just grab her breast. Right. Like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, that just seems like a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know.
But my whole point was that I was surprised. So whenever somebody says like they're completely against the Me Too movement, I'm like, no, it's important because like there are issues where guys do that stuff. But I do think that every situation is different.
Right.
And you have to judge each one,
which is hard. It's really hard. Just like some of the people who've been through the Me Too movement like are way more extreme than others.
Right. But you can't classify Aziz Ansari or like Louis C.K. as
Bill
Cosby or Harvey Weinstein.
Exactly.
Like, those are completely different. 50 women say they were drugged is completely different than like
whipping your dick out
and asking if I can masturbate, and they're like, yeah, okay. In front of you real quick? I mean, I'm not saying that's great,
no,
but I'm just saying like at least he asked. Like that's something.
Exactly.
I mean, or like or what was it when Chris Hardwick, when his ex-girlfriend Chloe Dykstra came out and was saying that he was not abusive, but like controlling. She used the word controlling. I know that personally because I dated a girl who said the same thing, but a lot of it was because she liked to get wasted, and then like we would fight, and then it would get physical.
I think that's just that's part of relationships sometimes. Like depending on the personality of each person, like sometimes you got to be controlling.
I mean, well, that's the thing is like most of the time it would just be like, I think with Chris Hardwick it was like. He's like, I wasn't trying to be controlling, but she had a drinking problem, and whenever she drank, she would flirt and text her ex-boyfriends and stuff like that, and I wasn't cool with it, so I told her, either stop that or I'm going to leave you. I don't think he's really in the wrong. But she was like, he wouldn't let me drink, and I'm just like, yeah, because he didn't want to get cheated on anymore.
Break up with him and drink.
Exactly. I never understood that, but whatever.
So we are improving. In 2017, the biggest issues facing American women, the top 3 were unequal pay at 23%, the ability to balance a career and children at 22%, and sexual violence at 15%. And and then 2018, sexual violence became number 1 with 38%. Unequal pay went down a lot. And then sexual objectification at 35%. And then the amount of prosecuting sexual assault and harassment criminals has started going up, starting around 2018. 58% of more sexual assault cases and harassment crimes.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's getting better.
It is getting better.
For sure. And honestly, like, it's better than, I would say, a lot of other countries.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. I mean, maybe not the industrialized ones, but I'm talking about, like, the other one, like third world countries and stuff like that. It's definitely a lot better here. I would think, and getting better. Obviously,
it's getting
equal
better.
pay.
Look, we have a female vice president.
Female vice president.
There is
probably
more,
be a female president eventually.
There's more people in government that are women. It's still a low percent compared to men, but it's 24% of women in the Senate and 29% of women in legislative seats.
Yeah.
But that's better than it's probably ever been.
It'll get there. It's just a lot of that stuff is slow moving.
I think a couple more elections and we'll probably have a woman president.
Probably.
At least a couple more terms. We'll see.
Yeah. We've had 43 something like white presidents, a black president, and then an orange president. So we just need to get a woman in there and we're good. Get real diverse.
But yeah, there's a big workplace discrimination has become a huge thing, especially with corporate companies. I know we go through a course at my job, they make us redo it on a 6 months basis.
About what? Like sexual harassment?
Well, sexual harassment and just discrimination in general. So
okay.
Anything really. If you're pregnant, if someone's pregnant, if someone I don't know, different ethnicities,
right.
Really anything you can think of.
As long as they're not like Coca-Cola telling people to be less white. I don't know what that thing was, but
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I won't get into it.
But there are International Women's Day events in almost every major city. So I don't know what there is in our city this year.
I don't know about this year but do they do a parade for that? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Who knows?
So
there's a theme every year. And last year it was an equal world is an enabled world. I don't know what this year's is. I know there is an International Women's Day website, but it was kind of hard to go through.
When I went to South Africa, one of the villages, because we got to go to I think it was actually in Swaziland, not in South Africa, but in Swaziland there's this tribe and you can go and visit them and stuff, and it's very touristy now, but those people still live kind of like that. Mm-hmm. And I remember one of their things was we're going to show you where we sleep and how we rest and all that kind of stuff and how our homes are. And they went into one of the huts and it was this huge hut, and they're but when you guys enter, men enter first and then female, because the men are in charge or whatever. Jesus. So all the guys jokingly are yeah, ladies, let us go in.
It's not ladies first this time.
Well, so all the guys went in, and then they're okay, now women can go in. And it was a woman taking us around. She lived in that village. So then all the women went in. I remember there was this one lady on our tour group who was not having it, and she was that's not cool. And they're it's part of our culture. And she's I don't care. And she walked out first, because they're all right, well, we're done in here. So men, you leave first. And she's and just walks out. She's what are you doing? And she's I'm not listening. I don't care. Men aren't better than me or something like that. And
it's good for her.
I'm I get it, but also it's another culture. I would just do what they say. It's not
when you're not in your own country, it's kind of sketchy to be doing things you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I would just adapt. Even if you don't agree with it, there's a lot of things I don't agree with in other cultures. Exactly. But unless anything shy of actual physical violence, I'm just gonna do
right.
To be part of it. But
you're the part of the problem, Robert.
Maybe. Well, I'm not. I didn't go down there to try to convert them to.
I know. I'm messing with you. Okay, the 2021 theme is choose to challenge. A challenged world is an alert world. We're responsible for our own thoughts and actions all day, every day. We can all choose to challenge and call out gender bias and inequality. We can all choose to seek out and celebrate women's achievement. Collectively, we can all help create an inclusive world. So from challenge comes change, so let's all choose to challenge. Just like that lady. You go first.
Yeah. She was a joy to have on that tour
So
bus.
you can tweet hashtag or post hashtag choose to challenge, and people are striking a choose to challenge pose with your hand high to show your commitment to choose to challenge inequality, call out bias, question stereotypes, and help forge an inclusive world. Oh,
nice.
There's all these pictures of men and women with their...
Okay, besides family members, who is your favorite woman? You can't say family, just your favorite woman.
I don't know. Do I have to have a favorite woman? That's a weird... Let's go with Ruth Bader Ginsburg since
That's pretty good.
She died this year and she made a lot of change.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
that's pretty good. Mine, it's kind of like a tie. I'll probably go like
Shania Twain.
Lauren Bacall.
Who's Lauren Bacall?
Old actress.
Okay.
Amelia Earhart.
Okay,
tied
that's
with
a good
her,
one. That's a good one.
and then probably like a three-way tie. Ocean Ramsey, maybe. She's a free diver.
Cool. Love it.
It's hard to like
Good
put
choices.
one on top of the other.
Love it.
By the way, I think her name is Ocean Ramsey, but I don't know
Did
if she
she
changed her
change- I
name
was gonna
because
say,
she's a
was she
free diver.
born
That's
Ocean?
weird. What are the odds?
What are the odds?
I don't believe it.
She probably changed her name.
I don't know enough about her. I just know she swims with great white sharks.
Tomorrow we're celebrating Barbie Day, but today Barbie celebrated International Women's Day with a new Eleanor Roosevelt doll.
Hey, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of the most influential women of the 20th century is now a Barbie.
A Barbie.
She looks so fabulous. She's got like a black dress with like purple and pink flowers. It's so cute. So cute. Go
Yeah.
Barbara.
It doesn't say on Wikipedia whether her name is actually Ocean or not, but that's her name, Ocean Ramsey, environmentalist. Oh well, I just want to know. So we're gonna celebrate Barbie Day tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate.
Pretty
Barbie
good, back
Day.
to back. Not that women have to play with Barbies. Women can do all kinds. They can play with Tonka trucks if they want.
Yeah.
Or whatever's hot in toys now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, when we
tomorrow.
get to it tomorrow.
So we got anything else about Women's Day? I'm really bad at Women's Day today.
I think we can have a pink cake.
Ooh, yeah.
Is that too like? I just don't want to sound misogynistic.
I mean, I don't like the
this.
color pink. I don't think that's just I think men like it now more than women.
I do honestly. Pink. I hate to say this, but when I was a kid, pink was my favorite color,
That's
and my
so weird.
mom was all for it. Like,
She
if
probably thought,
pink is your favorite color, that's
Aw.
fine. Like, well, she used to buy me like pink toys and stuff, and I just liked it as a color. It kind of explains why I am the way I am now, but but not. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, you know. I don't want to go too far with what I say.
We all know what you're thinking, right, William? We
No,
know.
but I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that.
that's what you
Yeah,
wanna
I'm
say.
not gay. I'm a little more flamboyant than the normal macho guy, for
That's
sure.
true, for sure. People
For
think
sure.
you're gay all the time. It's so funny.
100%.
I just go with it. I'm like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, of course, 100%. He's probably sucking dick right now.
Yikes! Yikes!
So it's a cake day?
It's definitely a cake day.
Yeah.
For sure. Have whatever color cake you want, but celebrate women on this cake.
On the cake?
On the cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a picture of all. Draw on fondant your favorite
Well, the colors, you could get the colors of International Women's Day are purple, green, and white. Because purple signifies justice and dignity, green symbolizes hope, and white represents purity.
Purity, I think they
Which
should
is
get
a
rid of.
controversial concept, yeah.
Yeah.
But they originated from the Women's Social and Political Union in the UK in 1908, so that's probably why that's...
Is that what that whole, like, wearing white at a wedding is?
Oh, I don't know.
What's the, like, isn't that, like, a thing? I'm going to come off really ignorant right now.
It is...
But, like, when they always say wearing white is, like, a purity kind of thing.
Oh,
but
you're
nowadays,
probably right.
like everybody
People don't
has
wear-
sex before marriage, so...
Not everybody.
Well, a lot of people.
I'm not having sex before marriage.
Marriage, no, not at all.
Never.
No? Okay.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Not that but again, I don't think it means that anymore either, so I don't know.
True. Who knows? Anyway, Cake Day!
Cake Day.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Celebrate women. If you're not a woman, celebrate your women in your life. Get them a cake or some flowers or something.
Something.
If they like flowers. Not all women like flowers.
No.
Side note. Men need to learn that. Not all women like flowers and jewelries.
No, I know. Some like sports cars and
Yeah. Or Pokemon.
and Pokemon.
Video games. Chocolate.
And Pokemon cards.
Oreos.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
This has been a Seven Lamb production.